Well, how to improve any M65 Field Jacket, M65 being 65 being developed in 1965, first came out. These are damn good field jackets, and I wanted to get something with the Sons of Confederacy on, with the clothing, but I like this field jacket and I wear it quite often, so they don't sell M65 field jackets with this already on it. And I don't know if it's on there perfectly straight, but it's good enough. I ain't no Betsy Ross. But, yeah, that's one cool thing about, getting some of these patches like this. And controversial or not, they can go, whatever. And I just want to put a word out. This guy on Amazon, Jeff Bezos, the multi-billionaire that also owns the Washington Post, hell with this jerk. I'm think I'm going to freaking flat out stop buying from Amazon unless it's absolutely necessary, just because that yo-yo stopped selling the Confederate flag. Now, I know it like Google stores and eBay, they stopped doing it there, but at least there's more chance you're dealing with a smaller independent vendor than you are on Amazon. I mean, Amazon could have a small independent vendor, but not usually. Google stores, a lot of times you could have a small independent vendor. I mean, they're not going to sell Confederate flags and or anything with the Confederate label on it, but you might be supporting a small independent vendor more so than the big guys. And I'm kind of fed up with this Jeff Bezos guy, big time. He's a propagandist out on the the Washington Post. He owns that garbage and all that garbage stuff. And actually, one of these places I've been supporting is Bud K and C.H. Cadell. He's got some doing business names out there, Not everything on there is really great. I know a lot of stuff's made in China, but he does sell Confederate stuff. And the way I look at it, when the dollar gets all screwed up, I think the dollar to the Chinese yuan is going to change quite a bit. Just like historically what happened under the Reagan administration. I think it was in 1985. It was 260 yen to the dollar. And inside of like a year and a half, it went to like less than half of that, like 125 yen to the dollar or 130 yen to the dollar. And the cost of Japanese imports started skyrocketing. So that might be I know it's always better to buy USA, but if you can find something that's got utilitarian value, like these knives, and he's got boots in here, and I don't know whatever else he's got in this damn thing. I've been buying a lot of stuff off this guy because he does have the Confederate flag in there, and the deals on some of these independent vendors are just as good or better than Amazon anyway. And even if they're not quite as good, so what? I don't care about that billionaire jerk anymore, Jeff Bezos. I just want to mention too, with this field jacket, I know I just want to just put a plug out there for this patch. I notice it probably is a hair crooked, but probably won't notice it much. Shit, what am I to do? Like I said, I don't know how to sew. I could sew like some big stuff maybe. But this thing, I know like in the field jacket, I just want to mention this. I know in the field jacket you got the zip out hood over here. Like you open this up in the collar, it's like it's a thin hood, but it works. This thing, I like this hood. I remember in a real cold weather environments, this Parka hood is great because you can kind of cinch it down. I think it's 1950s Korean War technology, man. I'm not sure. Hood, extreme cold weather with synthetic rough. I don't know what the hell brand is. I know it's the real mil-spec stuff. It's no Chinese knockoff. But this damn thing is very, very good. But it works. Now, I don't have the field jacket liner in here right now, but normally if you're going to wear a hood like this, you're going to have a liner in there. But it does work with this field jacket, the M65 Field Jacket. Not perfectly, because it's not really designed for this. It's designed for the Parka. But you have, what is it, it's a couple buttons down here. See, it's got so many buttons and freaking buttonholes that you can adapt this to different things. You got a button right here, right? Which can go on that outside flap right here. And you got this button way down here, that goes on the other outside. This one right here goes on the other outside flap. And a lot of the stuff in the middle is actually made for the Parka, but then this hangs down over the neck, and you can have the inside hood plus this hood. That's not too bad, because usually your head gets pretty damn cold. So, if you want something kind of great that's all purpose for a lot of different types of weather, I'd recommend this, highly recommend this M65 Field Jacket. I know they got some Chinese knockoffs out there that they're like $60, and I think the Alpha Industries one is, I think it's like $180 list. Well, what I would do, this is where I'd go on eBay, even though eBay don't sell Confederate flags. You can get usually a mil-spec M65 Field Jacket that's in really, really great shape, and you don't have to worry about, sizing problems like the Chinese knockoffs, and it'll be quality because it was made here in the United States. And you buy that, and a lot of times it might cost you $60. It might be used, but the thing is, it's in great shape used, and you can put on your patch. And whether it's a Sons of Confederate Veterans patch or just a, it's a battle flag patch or something like that. What the hell, right? Tell you the truth, the more politically, the more they try to tell me to do something, the more I don't want to do it. And, I actually freaking realize what's going on. But, yeah, these robber baron freaking multi-billionaires like Jeff Bezos of Amazon, they're horrible people, man. And, they always try to make it look like they're out there to freaking push for social equality and stuff. But no social equality for, Confederate people or anything like that, or Southern people, right? None of that. Just screw these people, It's like social equality for people we like. Screw him. Screw him. Unfortunately, I think the masses in the United States, we already got 1/3 of the freaking business going over to Amazon, online business. And even the box retail stores are starting to get affected pretty bad. Even like Walmart's starting to get, like Amazon's been growing greatly in leaps and bounds, while Walmart's getting, it's been kind of stagnant. And Warren Buffett just dumped all his Walmart stock, and he bought a bunch of airline equities and stuff, which tells you the writing's on the wall for the the box stores you walk into. It's almost as if the writing's on the wall for them, just as the way the malls are, the shopping malls are in the United States. Everything's going online shopping. But why the hell support vendors that are online shopping monopolies like Amazon? And because they could dictate not only what you could buy, like with this Confederate flag stuff, you can't buy that on Amazon. I don't know why he dictates that that's a symbol of hate. It's got to be ridiculous. This guy's a freaking idiot. Well, he's not an idiot. He's an asshole. He's barely, I don't know what the hell you could say about the guy. But then all the profits from those sales, well, not all the profits, but some of the profits from the sales on Amazon are being used to support his propaganda rag, the Washington Post. So, screw him. And I'm not being paid to advertise for these guys, Bud K or anything like that. I mean, he's got some. I mean, I know there's some cheap stuff in here. A lot of stuff's in here. It's pretty cheap, but it's cheap with value. And as long as you don't freaking use it as a life and death survival tools, some of the stuff in here is pretty good. I went and got what do you call it? The C.H. Cadell's, and there's got some other knives and sword stuff, and he's got various things he sells. But he sells Confederate stuff. So I could probably buy the same stuff on Amazon too, but I will not. I'll go to this guy. So just want to put that out there. And I guess the more people, well, like I said, I don't really give a damn if the Confederate flag is never really popular in the United States, but I want it to be a little more popular than it is today, because right now they got public condition that it's some kind of hate symbol. You got to be, and that's due to people like Jeff Bezos and other corporate scumbags like that. So, the hell with those robber barons. And I really look at it like this. I know that this symbol really is a fight against the robber barons and the Wall Street connection between, New York and Washington D.C. Revolving door. It's kind of like the revolution. We'll call it a revolution versus secession. In a way, it was kind of a revolution. It's kind of a revolution of these small independent farmers trying to fight back. Can't make any money if you raise your taxes 250%. So, what the hell was 1776 about? A 5% increase of freaking T-tax? Well, whatever. But this is a nice thing to put on. It's a little crooked, I think. Maybe not bad. I don't give a shit. But you got to notice it because the jacket's a little crumpled up anyway. But it's good to put on like this kind of jacket, because this kind of jacket, you can use this all year. This doesn't have the liner in it right now, but if you had the liner in it, it's good for like, I don't know, single degree temperatures. And I'm talking Fahrenheit, not Celsius. Ain't going Celsius. I'm a Fahrenheit person. And with this hood, that's one of the main things you would need if you have actually add that with the liner. Is you got a nice warm jacket. And just don't walk around in the hood with this. That'll be kind of wild if people in the hood and start developing, getting on with some of that shit too. Because Jeff Bezos would have a freaking cow then, that's for sure. Because I always look at it like this: fight the power. That's what I'm really looking at. It's almost like the little guys versus the big guys. That's what I look at that symbol as. He can tell me it's racist all he wants, but these guys, I look at Jeff Bezos as a racist because most of the damn stuff he peddles on at Amazon is probably made with slave labor, for all I know, right? Well, it's probably most of the crap we buy in the United States is made with slave labor. For all I know, even Bud Case stuff is probably made with slave labor. If it's made in China, I don't know. But I'm kind of looking at it like from this angle. You might as well get that Chinese stuff right now while it's cheap. I don't know how long I got a feeling that the exchange rate between the dollar and the Chinese yuan is going to change pretty drastically over the next few years. And you're going to be wishing you bought all this crap made in China. And the reason I'm basing that upon is because I remember what happened during the Reagan administration. Actually, the first year of his second term, or I think the second year of his second term. That's when the Japanese yen changed drastically. The yen rate changed. And looking at all of Trump's policies, I think it's going to happen a lot sooner than later. Because he doesn't want stuff coming over here to the United States from China. And one of the ways to do that is to fix that exchange rate, because China keeps that exchange rate, keep their yuan's worth artificially low compared to the dollar to boost their exports. So, get them while you can. And, if you see some stuff out there that you want to put your Confederate heritage stuff on, go for it. I think the M65 Field Jacket is a classic too, and it looks really good, to tell you the truth.